There are few things more heartbreaking in life than when someone you care about chooses to leave you. Whether it's a breakup, a divorce, or simply the end of a friendship, the pain can be debilitating. If you have ever been left behind by someone you care about, don't worry, you are not alone. And more importantly, there are things you can do to help yourself through this difficult time. According to behavioral science, there are 10 steps that can help people move on after being left by someone they care about. So if you are feeling lost or know someone who feels this way, this video can be helpful guidance. If you're new here, subscribe for more social psychology videos and leave a comment below saying "I subscribed." We'll do our best to reply to as many comments as possible. Let's start. The perfect way. As you can probably tell, there is no flawless step-by-step procedure you can go through to forget past heartbreaks, but there are some things that are considered helpful. It is your job to find which activities work for you and which of them remind you of your time with the person who chose to leave. We are going to put loads of fun, healthy activities and lifestyles in front of you, and you can choose which one fits you best. Remember that you are free to choose what to do and what not to do, but trust us, the more you follow our guide, the better you will feel. Step 1. Respect their decision. To move on, first you need to let them go. It may hurt you to do this, but you need to tell yourself that it's over. It's important to respect your partner's decision to leave you, and acknowledging that it wasn't you who chose to end things can help you let go of any blame you were putting on yourself. Speaking of blame, you need to realize which of your feelings are helpful and which ones are baggage. Looking for someone or something to blame is a waste of time and will help no one. This time and energy are better spent on productive things that can actually help you feel better. This is where your judgment comes in. You need to assess whether you blame yourself or not, and if you do, it may help to find someone else to blame. Anything is better than blaming yourself, because that can lead to self-hatred, and we don't want that, do we? Step 2. Let it all out. Crying is one of the greatest healers out there. We realize this is a bit of a cliche, but getting rid of any feelings you have about the person is more important than you might think. If you miss them or regret ever being with them, letting it out will help you massively. Crying can also be extremely tiring. Believe it or not, that is a good thing because it's a psychological fact that breakups induce a loss of appetite. So, being tired will make you feel hungry and you can finally put some food into yourself. Step 3. Think about what went wrong. There is a fine line between being stuck in the past and constructively working out what went wrong. It goes without saying that the final goal is to make yourself better than you were before your relationship. Now that you have a way to know what went wrong, you must use it. In simpler words, think about what you can improve about yourself. Either way, research suggests that after a breakup, people tend to think and talk about their ex quite a bit. You may as well use this to your advantage by thinking and talking about what you could have done differently. Step 4. Work on yourself. Once you have made up your mind about what you could have done better, you can start working on yourself to make sure those problems don't happen again. If you've watched or read a breakup study before, you may know how some people change themselves after a breakup. Breakup studies can be an important tool for someone who has just gone through a breakup, and we recommend that you try to take part in one. If not with other people, do it yourself. Write down your feelings and your moods. Record yourself when you're feeling down and watch it when you're feeling better. Seeing how having fun is so much better than thinking about your ex, and sulking will make you want to chase fun. You will find yourself having fun with the most random things because your mind will always be searching for them. Step 5. Do stuff you like. Keep it simple. Sit down and list all the things you'd like to do before the breakup. Obviously, try and keep the activities exempt. Once you have them, start ticking them off. Even if you don't feel like doing those things, force yourself to start and make sure you don't stop too soon. You will end up enjoying it. If you just lay around and do nothing, your mind will find a way back to the constants of could've, would've, and should've. You need to keep your mind busy, and the best way to do it is by doing what you like. If you can't remember what you like, you can always ask your friends for advice. You may well find someone who is willing to sacrifice their time to make you feel better and keep you busy. Try and be with people you enjoy. Laughs will follow. Step 6. Rely on people you trust. Talking about your feelings is recommended by psychologists at the best of times, so you can only imagine how important it is for someone who is going through a breakup. Look for people around you who you can trust and talk about how you feel. They might be uncomfortable, but their listening to you isn't important. Your talking is. Most of the time, heartbroken people feel emotions that are too difficult to put into words. This is mostly because you don't try to put it into words. And more often than not, finding words for it makes it much easier to handle. If you are not close enough with your friends to talk about your relationship, we still recommend sticking around them. A study shows that on average, time spent with other people produces more serotonin than time spent alone, even if you're doing something you like while being alone. Serotonin controls your mood and is responsible for happiness, which is pretty much the only thing your body is lacking after a breakup. Step 7. Try and find new hobbies. It takes a bit of perspective, but we think that breakups can be seen as opportunities to change yourself. You might notice that after a breakup, people forget their likes and dislikes and are basically blank canvases. If you can manage to control yourself and your activities, you can be reborn with entirely different hobbies than before. Therefore, most bodybuilders say that it was heartbreak that helped them work out every day. Not just gym though, you can start other productive activities like writing, painting, and even playing video games. These will help keep you busy while you're coping with the breakup, and once you have moved on, you will have developed considerable skills in whatever hobby you chose. Step 8. Love yourself. It goes without saying that to be able to love someone else, first you need to love yourself. Compliment yourself on your smallest achievements and treat yourself. If you think your friends don't enjoy your company, it's probably just your insecurities talking. But you can always try and work on improving it. Self-love will come in handy when going through a breakup and will help you choose your next partner better. If you believe that you deserve better and hold high standards for yourself, you will ultimately choose a better partner and be more comfortable with them than you ever were before. Step 9. Avoid getting back together. This is the hardest part. Most couples go through multiple breakups and hurt each other way more than necessary simply because they aren't ready to be alone. Getting over a breakup is one of the hardest things to do, so why would you go back to someone who chose to leave you before? If they loved you, they wouldn't have left you. You need to convince yourself that you deserve better and never go back, even if they beg you to. If they come crawling back, use the fact that it wasn't you that left as a compliment to your strength and say no. If you go back and it doesn't work out again, both of you will get hurt, and it will be even harder to cope with it because the ways you fooled your mind into not thinking about her won't work this time. Step 10. Moving on. Once enough time has passed, you will be completely over your breakup, and more importantly, you will have learned from your mistakes and be a better person. This would be the perfect time to get back out there and look for someone else, but always remember one thing. When it comes to finding a partner, don't choose the person who is dependent on you, or you on them. Look for someone who makes you better than you already are and try to do the same for them. This way, it will be easier to love each other and harder to break up, because each of you will be independent enough to not feel like you need the other to change. That was all the time we had for today. We wish you the best mental health possible and hope that you can find a way to get past whatever emotional stress is weighing you down. Now you need to watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. It will show you 10 signs you're becoming a toxic person. Make sure to watch it now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.